just out and about. The bannered mare can do without me for a bit, I suspect.
Fresh baked and baubles still warm from the oven. All crafted by the best blacksmith in Skyrim.
Blade and shadow, silence and death. These are my arts. For a modest fee, I'll make great art for you. I am an artisan, painting in strokes of blood red upon the canvas of life. But yes, I will take coin to fight at your side. After all, where is the value in creating art if there is nobody left alive to see it? If you change your mind, seek me out here.
Yes? What is it that you want? I actually advise the Jarl on political matters. My input is invaluable, of course. But this is all probably a bit over your head. If there's nothing else, I really do have important matters to tend to. Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't. The Jarl has no time for idle conversation with travelers. The Jarl has things under control. Don't you worry. Why would anyone join the Stormcloaks? They have a fraction of the Empire's wealth and power. I look forward to the day when this rebellion is put down, and we once again have peace.
Fresh baked loaves still warm from the oven.
Life's hard enough with all these men propositioning me, but that bard is the worst. That bard Mikhail is begging for a dagger up against his throat, the way he goes on about me. I heard him boasting at the Bannered Mare, saying he'll conquer me as a true Nord conquers any harsh beast. Huh! If you want to try, go right ahead. I don't think anything will get through that thick skull of his, though. You've got no idea. Half the men in Whiterun have proposed to me. Some were even single. They'll never understand. No amount of flowers or honeyed words are going to change my mind. Right now, all that matters is my daughter Mila. No man's going to get between me and my little girl. The farmers are charging me double for the produce I sell. Road patrols were cut in half because the Jarl needed soldiers. Now the bandits are bolder than ever. They've been raiding the farms for food, and supplies are scarcer than ever. I'm sorry. I have no strong love for the Stormcloaks, but I can't say I'm all that fond of the Empire either. I've got a hungry daughter to feed, so selling my produce is really the only thing I care about. Remember, fresh fruit and vegetables every day. Ripe fruit and fresh vegetables for sale.
Yes? Oh, thank you. Divines, bless your kind heart. It's what Brennan said I should do. He's the only one that's been nice to me since Mama. Since she died. My aunt and uncle took over our farm and threw me out. Said I wasn't good for anything. I wound up here, but I don't know what to do. I miss her so much. Well, if you say so. Thanks. Thanks for talking to me.
All crafted by the best blacksmith in Skyrim.
Thanks for talking to me.
Chops and steaks fit for a Jarl. Come and see my selection of the finest quality meats. If it's a lady you're looking for, you best look elsewhere. Once Mikhail gets them, they're got. Carlotta put you up to this, didn't she? I'm sorry, but that fiery widow is mine. She just doesn't know it yet. Maybe you're right. I guess I just didn't want anyone to think I couldn't handle one lass. On my honor, I won't bother Carlotta ever again. Some parting advice? Women love sonnets. I'm a bard by trade. Perhaps you've heard of me. I see no reason to keep fighting. There's much more to worry about in life than a bit of temper, my friend. There's the one about Tiber Septim and the dragon Nefarlalargus. I never bothered to learn it. The Blades killed them all centuries ago. Nobody asks to hear that lay anymore. There's a whole college up in Solitude where they teach the arts. Song, lute playing, poetry. I studied there myself. Had to leave over a misunderstanding with a headmistress. Well, more a misunderstanding with her husband. Yeah, take care of yourself.
Foolish old woman. You know nothing. Nothing of our struggles, our suffering.
Nothing. And what of my son, hmm? What of Thorald? Is he nothing? So don't talk to me about suffering.
Your son chose his side and he chose poorly, and now he's gone. Such is the way of war. The sooner you accept his loss, the better.
I will never accept his death. My son still lives, I feel it in my heart. So tell me, Battleborns, where is he? Where are you holding my Thorald?
Do you believe this old hag? Holding him? Why, I've got him in my cellar. He's my prisoner. Face it, Cowl. Your stupid son is dead. He died a storm-cloaked traitor. And you best keep your mouth shut before you suffer the same.
Come on, Father. There's nothing more to be said here. Yeah? More bad blood between the houses. Fralya is convinced our family is somehow at fault for the loss of their son. There's no reasoning with these people anymore. Outsiders.
Skyrim.
Ripe fruit and fresh vegetables for sale.
All I can think about is my son, my Thorald. They say that he was killed, but I know better. I know my son is alive. Those Battleborn, they're in with the Imperials. They know it too, and yet they lie to my very face.
Tired of bread and stew? Had enough of fish and fowl? Treat yourself and your kin to a
I
choice
just-
cut of steak or a tender
I
rack of
just
ribs.
know it. I can feel it in my heart. You have to believe me. Please visit me at my home. I can tell you the whole story. Let me know if you see anything you like. Not here. Let me speak at my home, where we can be alone, unwatched.
Ripe fruit and fresh vegetables for sale.
What?
The finest cuts, fresh from the wilds.
I spend a lot of time at the market stall so I can learn the merchant's trade. I need more experience if I'm going to run an inn someday. I wish to be much more than just a merchant. Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the bannered mare from Hulda.
Tired of bread and stew?
Oh,
Had enough
really?
of fish and
Well,
fowl?
I'm not going to hold my
Treat
breath,
yourself
but
and your kin
just
to a
in
choice
case,
cut of
I'll
steak
be
or a
ready.
tender rack of ribs.
Before my ma and Da passed, I told them that one day I'd become the best trader in Skyrim. I met one of the caravan leaders, Madron. He said he'd help me get started if I could bring him a mammoth's tusk. Easier said than done. You'd do that? If you find one, I could teach you a thing or two about trading. Help you get a fair bargain in the future? Yeah, these Khajiit make a living traveling the roads and selling their wares. It's got to be tough. Skyrim's a hard enough land when you've got a roof over your head. Worst thing is, nobody wants them in the cities. Nobody trusts them. Reputation, mostly. A lot of Khajiit turn to smuggling and thievery to get by. A few bad apples spoil the bunch. You know how it is. Yeah, these Khajiit, it's got to be worst thing is, nobody wants them in the cities. Matter of fact, I do. They've been fair enough with me, far as I can tell, and Denord knows a liar when she sees one.
Fresh from the wilds.
About the same as everyone else. They're the catfolk of Elsewhere. Great warriors, good traders. Way I hear it, Elsewhere ain't nothing like Skyrim. It's got tropical forests and dusty badlands. It sounds awful.
Inherit both heavens and earth, and we, not the elves or their toadies, will rule Skyrim forever! You have come. You have come to hear the word of Talos. The Nords are tired of spending our blood fighting the Empire's wars, and paying for the Empire's decadence with our taxes. Now, the elves dictate everything we do, and they don't want us acknowledging a mere human like Talos as the god he is. The way I see it, Ulfric's fighting a holy war. I'd be happy to grant you the greatest honor that's within my power to grant. May Talos preserve you. May Talos bless your days. May Talos shield you from all harm. We are but maggots, writhing in the filth of our own corruption, while you have ascended from the dung of mortality, and now walk among the stars!
no telling what it means. My lord, please. You have to listen. I only counsel caution. We cannot afford to act rashly in times like these. If the news from
What would you have me
true,
do then?
What's the
nothing.
meaning of this interruption?
My lord,
Jarl
please.
Balgrup is
This
not
no
receiving
time for rash
visitors.
action. I just think we need more information before we act.
Well,
I
that
just-
explains why the guards let you in.
Who's this then?
Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes? By Ysmir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls? Against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons. Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. Ah, no mere brute mercenary, but a thinker. Perhaps even a scholar? You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors, impossibilities. One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible. But I began to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? And where were they coming from? I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself. An old tomb, built by the ancient Nords, perhaps dating back to the Dragon War itself. Ah, maybe you just want to know how to get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here. I'm sure some of the locals can point you in the right direction once you get there. Well, must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources. Reliable sources.
You know, this is a priority now. Anything we can use to fight this dragon, or dragons, we need it quickly, before it's too late.
Of course, Jarl Balgroof. You seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure he will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt.
Oh, I thought you were already on your way to Bleak Falls Barrow. I'm not surprised you've never heard of it. Even I used to think it was just a myth, but not anymore. The Dragon War was a real event, although only the barest glimmer of the actual events has come down to us. Far back in the Mythic era, the dragons were worshipped as gods in Skyrim. Many of the monumental ruins that still dot the landscape were in fact built as temples to the dragons. The details are lost, but at some point, the Nords rebelled. After a long and terrible war, the Nords overthrew their dragon overlords. Oh no, many were killed, of course, but many survived into historical times. Why, this very palace was built by one of Balgroof's ancestors to hold a captive dragon. Hence its name, Dragonsreach. I believe I am, yes. Technically speaking, of course. The city is also home to a priest, priestess, an alchemist, and I'm sure others who practice. Ah, that reminds me. Speaking of alchemists, I have some frost salts for Arcadia. She asked me to obtain them for one of her potions. Would you be so kind as to deliver the frost salts for me? I'm sure Arcadia will provide some form of recompense. Good. You're clearly better suited than I am to carry out such a menial task. It is simply energy to be harnessed by those with the will and knowledge to do so. You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold. I'll put it simply so you'll understand. I advise the Jarl in matters of magic. If the Hold is faced with any threats or mysteries of a magical nature, I am called upon to explain things and suggest a course of action. Hopefully that answer will satisfy you. Good day. Sadly, no. My work affords me few opportunities for such an adventure. Perhaps some hero will bring one to Dragonsreach, like old Olaf one I once did. What a fascinating conversation that would be. Off to Bleak Falls Barrow with you. The Jarl is not a patient man. Neither am I, come to think of it.
It's good to see you again. If it's the war you're referring to, I'm on the side of Whiterun. No doubt General Tullius and his friends in the Empire will tell you that I owe them my loyalty. And perhaps I do. Ulfric Stormcloak would say that I owe my allegiance to the Nord people as they fight for Skyrim's independence. Perhaps this is also true. The day might come when I am forced to draw my sword for one side or the other. But that day has not come yet. No doubt he thought it was the only way to make his point. And also because he knew he could. With good planning and constant vigilance. Even now, my court wizard, Farengar, continues his research into ways we might drive back these terrors. We must also have ample reserves of water to combat the fires that will surely spread after an attack. But our greatest weapon? Courage. For if we cannot kill the beast, we must at least have the tenacity to drive it back. Until brave heroes step forward to destroy these monsters, that is the best we can do. The Battleborns have been here since the beginning, along with the Greymanes. The feud between the Greymanes and the Battleborns has become dangerous of late. I've spent many hours in council meetings lately grappling with that problem. Yeah, as useless as a fifth wheel on a wagon. But he's harmless, mostly. Farewell, kinsman.
We should be taking the fight to the Stormcloaks. I hate the waiting. By the Nine, the gods stand waiting. I should challenge Ulfric to face me as a man. All this standing around is rubbish. I'm not a man. I'm a weapon in human form. Just unsheath me and point me at the enemy. Divines watch over you.